We're taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. A violent attack in broad daylight in the heart of Fells Point. We hear from residents who say the crime crisis may force them to move out of the city. There are more theft concerns over certain Hyundai and Kia models. What the Maryland Attorney General is doing to address the issue. And we are gearing up for a weather alert day tomorrow due to strong storms in our region. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is breaking down the timing and when you can expect things to finally calm down. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Shannon Lilly. We begin this morning in a city in crisis and another violent day in Baltimore. Just yesterday, a stabbing in broad daylight in Fells Point. According to police, officers responded to an alleged stabbing near St. Patrick's Catholic Church. A 34-year-old man was injured with 2 slashes to his back. Medics were called, but the man refused medical attention. Now, a lifelong Baltimore City resident says the only way to escape Baltimore's crime crisis is to leave the city altogether.
My parents grew up here, same neighborhood. It's night and day. It's night and day. Crime is picking up in the neighborhood, and it seems like it's getting worse. It really breaks my heart, because I knew the neighborhood as it was.
Would you ever leave?
I'm thinking about it. High property tax bill, high water bill, and we have to deal with this kind of crime issue. It's not worth it anymore.
Well, according to data from the U.S. Census, the city's population has been plummeting for the past decade. The crime crisis is having a big impact on young people in this city. Just this year alone, 30 young people have been shot and survived. 9 juveniles have been killed. That includes 12-year-old Jalen Richards, who was shot and killed last weekend. His family says he got involved with an older crowd.
Big people that don't want to take charges and say you're a 12-year-old that you will come home. They still was dragging my baby to the streets because he was a minor.
Carjacking. They had him carjacking. These older children, Jalen don't know how to drive. He was just hanging along for the ride. And them older people had already got a catch on him.
My son's life ran out, like I said, to the streets of Baltimore City. Because that was a baby. That took them big bullets.
News sent questions to the mayor's office asking, is there a trend of adults using children to commit crimes in the city? If so, should lawmakers at the state level revisit shielding some of these kids from charges? And what's your message to these families? We also sent a few questions to Police Commissioner Michael Harrison's office asking, does Baltimore City have a gang problem? If so, what do you say to Baltimoreans who are concerned about growing gang activity? So far, we have not received any responses. Earlier this week, we also asked lawmakers in Annapolis what policies should change to ensure kids are being held accountable when they commit crime. We have not heard back. We want to know what you think. Are lawmakers refusing to acknowledge how their decisions impact public safety? So far, 97% of voters say yes. The poll is open right now at foxbaltimore.com/vote. Turning now to counties under pressure. Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is calling on the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to recall several Hyundai and Kia models over theft concerns. Brown says those car companies are failing to address safety issues, which are putting lives at risk. He says Hyundai and Kia are putting the burden of safety on owners rather than taking proactive steps. Well, Baltimore County Police are seeing a significant uptick in auto thefts among Kia and Hyundai cars. Olivia Dance joins us after speaking with Baltimore County Police about those concerns. Olivia.
Baltimore County Police are trying to stop these thefts from happening by giving away free steering wheel locks to drivers. This is what the locks look like, and many drivers came out here to the Randallstown substation to get one. Now, in the first 3 months of the year, 188 Kia and Hyundai cars were reported stolen in the county. The auto thefts are happening specifically in models made between 2015 and 2021, and police say it's because of a safety feature that's missing from those vehicles, making them easier to steal. And now Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is calling out the car manufacturers rather than the criminals, saying the companies are failing to address safety issues, which is putting lives at risk. But Baltimore County Police have an auto theft task force working to track down the thieves. And the county police chief is encouraging drivers to take steps to prevent their car from being stolen.
We told each and every person to make sure that they went to their dealership to get their software updated. The additional piece is for our citizens, if they see something, if they see suspicious activity, they need to call the police right away. Don't wait until something happens.
Many drivers waited in line to receive a steering wheel lock, including Beverly Butler, who is a Hyundai owner. She's been concerned her car would be stolen.
They're stealing cars all around, and I don't want to be in that number. It's a lot to get your car fixed.
And so far, the county has given out about 400 of these locks with the hopes that these thefts will stop happening. But for now, reporting in Baltimore County, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
All right, Olivia, thanks. Well, here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one. A trial date is set for the man accused of shooting 2 police officers in Baltimore County. David Linthicum was denied pre-trial release and is set to stand trial November 2nd. He's facing multiple charges, including attempted murder. The manhunt started February 8th when his father called 911 saying his son was suicidal. During the response, Linthicum allegedly fired at officers and escaped. Linthicum is also accused of shooting and critically injuring an officer. He was eventually caught in Falston on the 10th. Trending number 2, Baltimore police announced an arrest in a deadly quadruple shooting earlier this month in Northeast Baltimore. Marvell Worsley right here has been arrested in Falston, 15 miles away from where police say he shot at his neighbor, injuring and killing 3 of her family and friends on April 1st. Newly obtained court documents reveal the homeowner and Worsley had an ongoing dispute over parking and his music being too loud, and the shooting occurred when the neighbors tried to confront him. He's facing murder and attempted murder charges. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. You can just search WBFF right there in your app store. Taking care of our physical health is important, but we can't forget our mental health. Why more employees are looking for companies that serve mental health needs. To check or not to check. Why Elon Musk's recent change to Twitter has journalists, celebrities, and athletes coming together to express outrage. Northern Virginians, listen up. Why you can expect to see these little guys riding around in the area.
We are looking forward to another summery afternoon. With the help of some sunshine, we make a run for record high temperatures today. We're tracking highs in the mid and upper 80s. But today's the end of this warm stretch. I'm tracking our next weather maker and actually a weather alert come tomorrow. I've got an updated look at that in just a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Well, it is time to dive into the social stream and see what you have to say about today's top stories. Twitter has removed the blue verification checkmark from users who have not paid for its subscription service. Owner Elon Musk says people who fear other users will impersonate them need to pay an $8 a month verification fee by joining Twitter Blue. But some well-known journalists, celebrities, and other high-profile people have balked at the idea of paying a monthly fee, and now Musk has removed their check marks. Musk says his decision is a way to treat everyone equally, while critics suspect he's only charging a fee to generate some money. This happened to me when I woke up this morning. My blue check mark was gone. I'm a little sad about it. Ron here, though, says, I seriously don't understand the uproar about the blue check mark. Everyone has spent at least $20 on garbage today that they don't need, but a couple dollars a month is too much. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that. There's this user saying, I remember taking a tour of the Twitter office many years ago, being thanked for using the platform and giving my blue check status. Today, the blue check mark was removed unless I pay. I'd rather spend that money on Jackbox tacos. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Every dollar counts, you know? Well, prosecutors in the Rust shooting case may have more details today about Alec Baldwin's criminal charges that will be dropped. Baldwin faced an involuntary manslaughter charge in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, but prosecutors said they plan to file a notice to dismiss. There is a status hearing in the case set for today. The special prosecutors say charges could be refiled after their follow-up investigation. So again, this just keeps playing out. We keep getting new developments. This user saying, good, I'm not a huge Baldwin fan, but this was a ridiculous charge and an abuse of the system by a prosecutor who wanted fame and attention. Another point of view, though, so much for no one is above the law. Uber Eats is taking its delivery robots to a new market. People will soon notice delivery robots roaming the sidewalks and carrying Uber Eats orders in Northern Virginia. Uber partnered with robotic company Cartken and unveiled their new delivery robot yesterday. So far, more than 10 restaurants are participating in the new delivery option, according to Cartken. It'd be kind of fun to have your food delivered that way. Joe here says the most beautiful thing about Uber is the employment opportunity it gives to so many people. That's why I think that he doesn't like this. Wake up, America. Al is not your friend. It's your replacement. That's a good point right there. Brett says, if it gets my food to me faster and it's still hot, I'm all for it.
Obviously, we need to get to a place where we get this debt ceiling challenge solved.
Time is running out to get a deal done to avoid a government shutdown. Coming up next, we hear from Representative Andy Harris on the GOP perspective. Consider your workplace mental health when looking for a new job. What some companies are doing for their employees when life gets too stressful. It's 11:13. You're watching Fox 45 News, Midday. A live look over the Inner Harbor where it's a gorgeous day. All is calm for now with temperatures reaching the 80s this afternoon. Perfect Friday, if you ask me. But we are gearing up for a weather alert day tomorrow. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is tracking that storm system ahead in her full forecast. Now a live look over the White House, where officials are blasting House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's proposed debt limit increase. McCarthy's plan would raise the national debt limit by $1.5 trillion in exchange for cuts across domestic programs. Republican leaders claim the package would save money, but the White House argues the cuts could hurt American families.
Would responsibly raise the debt limit into next year and provide more than $4.5 trillion in savings to the American taxpayer.
Not only would the Speaker's proposal cut funding for our veterans, it would repeal the Inflation Reduction Act's investment in manufacturing in clean energy, investments that have created 100,000 manufacturing jobs, many of them in Republican-led states and congressional districts.
The plan has almost no chance of becoming law, but is designed to be a starting point for negotiations between McCarthy and President Biden. The Biden administration has repeatedly called for the debt limit to be raised without conditions. Earlier this week, our Patrice Sanders spoke with Maryland Congressman John Sarbanes about the battle over the debt limit on Capitol Hill.
So let's talk about the Republican plan. House Speaker McCarthy wants more than $130 billion in federal spending cuts, and he wants to get rid of some of President Biden's top policies like the student debt cancellation. So talk about that being tied to the debt ceiling.
Well, it shouldn't be tied to the debt ceiling, and it's not a serious proposal. You're talking about dramatic cuts across the board. That's going to impact veterans' health care, it's going to impact child care, it's going to impact student debt relief and other really important priorities for the public.
The Democrats and Republicans are still at odds over how to handle the debt ceiling. Maryland's lone Republican Congressman, Andy Harris, joined the morning show earlier with his response to Congressman Sarbanes saying that the debt ceiling should be raised.
Well, look, that's like your teenager running up your family's credit card debt, and you just go and raise the credit limit instead of limiting what your teenager is spending. The bottom line, it's a completely irresponsible way to do it. The majority of Americans agree that we need to control spending if we're going to raise our credit limit.
Well, if you want to watch both of those interviews, you can head to our website at foxbaltimore.com. Now for today's talking point. More employers are giving their workers more personal days off when life is too stressful. A Wall Street Journal report says it's a way to address workplace mental health and also help keep the best employees. One company called NerdWallet gave employees 4 self-care days a year. Alma, a student info software company, allows 2 days to process traumatic events. One Fortune 500 consultant says more employees are looking for companies that do serve mental health needs. Well, Mark Clark of Be More Lifestyle is here now. Mark, I'm curious, what do you think about this?
You know what? I'm old school, but I'm all for it. Why not? You know, if you got a job, why not, treat your employees the best you can possibly, especially if they're good employees. Why not?
I agree wholeheartedly. But my question is, are they taking days? You get these personal days. Do you get the same amount of sick days? Do you get the same amount of vacation days as you did before? Or is there a catch here?
Oh, why all these questions?
I'm going to be skeptical. I'm a reporter, Mark.
Well,
I can't take it at face value.
Well,
because
you know why?
If it is face value, more days off, more time to process.
Well, because you know why? Because it is a job. I mean,
right.
It's a job. You are
at the
here
end of the day.
You're here to work. So,
exactly.
Taking off, and I get you, the personal days, but you're right.
Yeah.
If you don't come in, you probably don't get paid. I mean, I get it, especially in this economy. I think you're right. I think you're right to ask the questions because.
Exactly. There's always something there.
You don't want it to be a setup.
We'll look into it.
That's right.
Thanks, Mark. Well, severe storms leave a trail of destruction in Oklahoma, and that weather maker is heading our way and will be here just in time for the weekend. Meteorologist Amy Aronson has a look at today's worst weather and your full forecast.
Yeah, let's head to Oklahoma, where they've actually been hit hard with some really devastating storms. You can see the damage done there. They're getting a first look at it under the daylight now. So a strong tornado actually impacted this region yesterday afternoon. Here's a look at some of the more damage as survey crews head out and see what was actually done by the tornadoes that actually hit there. And now that severe weather threat's going to head our direction. Actually, come tomorrow, we're under weather alert because we're included in a slight risk for severe weather from Baltimore and southward. That's the yellow here on the map. It's a 2 out of 5 on our threat level scale, so it's low on the threat level scale, but it means any storm that develops tomorrow could produce some damaging wind gusts, some hail, and even a brief tornado. And here's a look at where that cold front's coming in from the west here. Today's completely dry, but that cold front comes our way tomorrow, and that's what's going to trigger some strong to severe showers and storms. It's going to be warm this afternoon. Temperatures climbing through the 80s. Brief sprinkle possible this evening, but not much in terms of rain. We stay dry through tomorrow morning, and then here comes the rain. This is when things get a little nasty. We've got some showers and some storms rushing through between 1 and 2 o'clock. At that point, strong to severe storms possible. Rain will take us through Saturday evening, Saturday night, not drying out until late Saturday night, heading into Sunday morning. At that point, much cooler. We're in the upper 40s to near 50. Now, if we take a look at how much rain we're expecting, we do need the rain. We are under a moderate drought. We're going to get a decent amount of rainfall, about an inch and a half in some spots. But it also comes with that threat for some hail, gusty winds, and brief tornadoes as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. Today, you don't have to worry about that. We've got all sunshine. Highs headed for the mid-80s this afternoon, nice and warm. Feeling great tonight at Camden Yards. Low 80s at first pitch and then mid-70s to wrap up that game. Cooler temperatures will return early next week. We're back in the low 60s, and we actually stay in the 60s all the way through week's end. You can also see that cool down coming up in our 10-day forecast. We've got a weather alert for Saturday, but then drier days ahead next week with a long stretch of the 60s. Actually, cooler temperatures stick around all the way through the end of this 10-day forecast.
All right, Amy, thanks. Well, he shoots, he scores, and spins records. Learn more about DJ Diesel and his performance this summer at Camden Yards. And as it starts to feel more like summer, we are getting ready for all the fun that this season brings. What we can expect from the Maryland State Fair, that is just ahead. And you can catch all the action on Fox 45 tonight, starting at 8, WWE SmackDown. Then Fox 45 News at 10, followed by Fox 45 News Late Edition at 11. It's 11:22. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Looking ahead this morning, we are taking you live to Camden Yards, where NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal will be performing at the Birdland Summer Music Series on June 30th. Shaq, whose stage name is DJ Diesel, has had a successful music career so far with a rap album that's sold over 1 million copies. Shaq says he became interested in DJing when he saw Public Enemy when he was just 14. Andy Grammer will perform in May, and Brett Young will perform in September. Pretty exciting. Plus, the Maryland State Fair will be back for 3 consecutive weekends starting August 24th through the 27th. There's going to be food, animals, and exhibits from across the state. Details on ticket sale dates, prices, and attractions will be coming soon this summer. Now it's time for your lunch break, and we already knew that the Ravens extended their lease at the stadium downtown, but we now know that the stadium will be called, for the next 15 years, it will remain M&T Bank Stadium. The team and Bank said it's not just about football and it's not just about money.
There are a lot of companies that would like to put their name on a stadium. There's not a lot that actually fit us and our ethos.
We hope the partnership would help us connect better with the Baltimore community. Boy, has this far exceeded my expectations and our expectations.
M&T Bank pledged to continue expanding financial literacy efforts across the area, as well as its community service across Baltimore. The cost of the extension through the 2037 season was not made public. That's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle host Mark Clark joins us now with a preview of today's show. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Shannon. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. When looking for a job, do you look for a company that offers mental health days? We'll have more coming up on Be More Lifestyle next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Gabby Simone from the District of Curves. Good morning, ladies.
Hey, happy Friday, y'all.
Let me tell you right now, more employers are giving their workers more personal days off when life is too stressful. A Wall Street Journal report says the developments are a way to address mental health and also keep the best employees. One Fortune 500 consultant says employees are looking for companies that serve mental health needs. Lady T, do you like this? Do you catering to our mental health or no?
What? Of course, I love it. Come on, cater to all my mental health needs. I need a personal day, a day just to chill, an alcohol day. I need every kind of day that they can throw my way that's legal. I want to do it.
That's
so yes,
right.
I think it's right because we definitely were suffering. We're stressed out at work. We need these personal days. Okay.
Gabby, what do you think? You have your own company. What do you think?
Because I think of mental health the same way as physical health. And if I have a cold, I'm not going to go to work because I'm not going to be productive. So if my not the best, I don't want to go to work either. So I am in full support.
And we're tired of using these sick days. I'm tired of this fake cough. That fake cough I got to use, you know.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, Lady T, your liquor days are adding up. Okay, we want you to tell it. Do you look for a company that offers mental health days when looking for a job? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. And when you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. And at the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. It's in the 5 movies in the Twilight franchises were not enough for you. You're in luck. A Twilight television series is now in the works. The TV series, based on the fantasy romance novels, is reportedly in early development at Lionsgate. More than 100 million copies of the books have been sold worldwide. The books were adapted into a 5-movie franchise and went on to gross more than $1 billion. You know what? I forgot about those kids, and now it's weird. Did any of them spin off and kill it, or are they all kind of like, eh?
What do you mean? That was listen, I'm a Twilight fan. I am a diehard Twilight fanatic, okay? So listen, I'm going to watch the series, but it better be the same bad wigs that was in the movie. It better be the same bad lace fronts that was on. It better be the same werewolves. Like, they got to get some of the same cast back, or else I don't know if come on, it might not have the same effect. But yes,
I know.
Twilight series all day.
And you're talking about the guys in the series.
I'll talk about the guys.
Were you a fan, Gabby?
I was right there. I read all the books as a teenager. At the premiere in 2008. I cried at the finale in 2012. I am here for the series.
Okay,
Yes, girl. I cried at the end too. Breaking Dawn was my favorite.
Okay, well, actress Rachel McAdams.
Breaking Dawn too. You're right.
Well, moving on, actress Rachel McAdams is going viral for her most recent photo shoot. She posted these pictures to Instagram where she's showing armpit hair. She also said, "This is my body, and I think it's important that we reflect onto the whole world about my armpit." Are we seeing the armpit hair? Or we're not seeing
I thought
it?
you needed an example. I was ready. I was like, you need an example.
Now, what happened? Did we show the pictures?
No, we didn't show it. I guess it was too out there, I guess, for us.
Gabby, you are a model. Your thoughts on armpit hair?
I don't mind minimal retouching, but just shave it before you go to the photo shoot.
What about showing it, though?
There's a fine line between all natural and all natural, and we walk that line daily. So I'm about this one.
Look at Gabby. She's so okay. Now, Lady T, break it down. The armpit hair.
Armpit hair is here to stay. Let's do it. So I mean, honestly, a lot of us, when it's the springtime, I know that you're kind of transitioning into summer, so we're just now shaving our legs and our underarm hair. So I totally understand, but I feel like she's trying to be a little bit more free in her shoots and show the all natural, which is cool. I understand. I personally, though, I gotta shave that hair before I take any kind of photo. She's right. Gabby is right. I gotta shave any kind of hair off my body, chin hair, body hair. I don't care where it is. You gotta shave it all off before. You want to look good in this shoot, don't you?
I want to honor all ladies who don't mind having the buckwheat in a hairlock. In a headlock.
And sometimes you can twist it. You can even cornrow it.
I don't mind.
Come on. Of course you don't.
Because it's a part of life.
Body hair grows. There's nothing you can do about it. It's always going to be there.
That's right. Well, this is the kind of groundbreaking show we do every day.
This
Thanks
is
so
what
much.
we do. We're here for the laughs, right, Mark? That's what we do.
Still ahead. Vaping is on the rise and becoming a public health crisis. The recommendations for pediatricians and clinicians on how to care for adolescents who are vaping. Plus, saving money is at the top of most everyone's to-do list. Next, Genevieve Gorder has a handy product that can help you do just that on America's Steals and Deals.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Who doesn't love a buy one, get one free deal? Today, Genevieve Gorder is here with a popular product to help you get organized. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You guys, what are two things you lose the most? It's your keys and it's your phone. And it's so frustrating. I know this because I spend hours every day looking for these items. So listen up. You don't want to miss this buy one, get one exclusive deal on the Key Smart Pro. Now, the Key Smart Pro organizes up to 14 keys in one little device. Literally every guy on the set has one in his pocket right now. And as we were setting up this display, people were actually trying to take them. So my advice is buy this now for everyone you love because they're not going to last. It takes all those keys in the drawer, the bottom of your purse, and puts them right into one little thing, and it connects to a free app. So if you lose your keys, you press the button on the app. You lose your phone, you press the button on the keychain. Even if your phone is on silent, you can find it. It's a win-win. They find each other, guys. You know how many hours this saves us? For me, like probably 6 hours a day. I bet you have someone in your life that needs one of these. My family literally impersonates me by putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying, "Where's my phone? Where's my keys?" And now with this buy one, get one free deal, it's the perfect time to get one for you, someone you love, in all of these great colors. Remember, this is a buy one, get one free. Do not wait. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Vaping is on the rise among teens and adolescents. In addition, almost 40% of children ages 3 to 11 are regularly exposed to secondhand tobacco. Dr. Susan C. Wiley, an author of the New American Academy of Pediatrics Policy, joins us to discuss the growing epidemic and the need to reduce tobacco and nicotine use and tobacco smoke exposure in children and adolescents. Doc, how are you?
Great, Mark. Thank you so much for having me to share this important message.
Definitely. So what nicotine and tobacco products are adolescents using, and is this a public health crisis?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a public health crisis because we have 1 in 6 high school students and 1 in 20 middle school students that are using nicotine and tobacco. The most commonly used tobacco and nicotine product is e-cigarettes, also known as vape. These tobacco companies are using some of the same playbook that big tobacco use to, addict people to conventional cigarettes. And so the American Academy of Pediatrics and other child health experts are really concerned about the health effects, including nicotine addiction, to our youth.
So what are your recommendations for pediatricians and clinicians?
Absolutely. We're recommending that pediatricians are screening all patients 11 years and older for tobacco and nicotine use. They are very likely, or much more likely, to become addicted to nicotine and tobacco, even with intermittent use. So first and foremost, we want to prevent them from becoming addicted from using tobacco and nicotine products. And then lastly, we want to, if an adolescent is using, help them quit. And there are evidence-based resources for that.
And how can parents and caregivers protect their children from tobacco and nicotine use and exposure?
Yeah. In addition to being a pediatrician, I'm a parent of 3 boys. And, you know, we know that all parents want their children to grow up and live their full potential. And so it's so important that they don't use tobacco, they don't have nicotine addiction, which can be a gateway for other drugs. So talk to your children about the harms of tobacco and nicotine use and be a good role model. So if you're a parent and use tobacco or nicotine, seek help to quit.
And finally, Doc, where can we go for more information?
The American Academy of Pediatrics has a great resource, which is online, healthychildren.org, which talks about the policy statements, the harms of tobacco and nicotine use, as well as other child health topics. healthychildren.org.
Thanks so much for this great information. Still ahead, raise your teacup to a good time. Lady T's taking us to a fancy tea spot in Carroll County. Bon voyage! Cruises are one of the most popular options to take a vacation, and we have the top tips for you if you plan on making your reservations. That's coming up.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Hey guys, I'm Lady T and I'm here at the K Pearl Tea Room in Westminster for a special edition of Spilling the Tea. K Pearl Tea Room, they are known for the best tea service around town, and they're more than happy to always accommodate your party for an authentic tea service. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what time it is. Let's go spill some tea. You guys, I'm here with Becky from the K Pearl Tea Room. Hey, Becky.
Hey.
Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm excited. I'm in this tea room with you. Tell me about the tea house.
We are serving English afternoon tea here. So, you know, it has the 3-tiered tray. It has soup, sandwiches, salads, little desserts. Our scones are amazing. Oh. We have sorbet. We have sparkling drinks. And we have tea.
Do people love this place? Like, I just feel like a different atmosphere when I come here. I feel comfortable. But you know, I'm the tea spilling princess, so obviously I'm gonna feel comfortable here. What's the atmosphere like when you guys are up and running?
It's humming, it's buzzing. It's a great place to really connect with someone. You can sit down and spend 2 hours really connecting over a pot of tea and some yummy treats, and people love the tea room.
What is the proper way to sip tea or drink tea?
So, I don't know that there's necessarily a right way and a wrong way. Okay. We want you to be comfortable. Did you know that is actually improper etiquette to stick your pinky out when you're holding a teacup?
Oh my gosh. I can't help it though. I stick my pinky out for every little thing that I do. Look, it just automatically goes up. I didn't even do it, y'all. I'm not even doing it and it just keeps going up. It's, oh my God. So it's actually like improper to do that.
Actually it is. You're also not supposed to tink your spoon in the inside of the teacup.
Oh my God, we've been drinking tea wrong, y'all.
You usually pour about half a cup of tea because some people like to put cream and sugar in.
Oh, you didn't even spill it. No. She didn't spill the tea, y'all.
And you can't have tea without scones.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, there's all different kinds of tea. They actually all get different steep times and different water temperatures.
Oh, okay.
Here's a little secret for you. If you're steeping a black tea and you walk away to do your hair or whatever it is you're doing,
yes,
and you come back and your cup is bitter, you can fix the cup. You don't have to throw it out.
You don't have to throw it out?
No.
You put it in the microwave.
You dilute it. You
add you dilute
more hot water.
Okay.
More hot water, and that'll dilute the tannins, which is what makes it bitter.
Okay, Becky, now tell everybody how they can follow you and reach you guys.
Okay, our Instagram is Kate Pearl Tea Room, and our website is thekatepearltearoom.com. If you'd like to come in for tea, it's by reservation only.
Oh wait, what happens when you spill the tea? What happens when tea is spilled? Do you have bad luck?
No.
Okay, good. That was scary. Whew, okay.
We love spilling the tea.
Yay! We love spilling the tea! Thank you guys for joining us today. Now go sip on all that tea.
And the heat is headed our way, on display in the nation's capital. Here's meteorologist Amy Aronson with your best weather in America.
We are looking forward to a really warm summery day ahead of us, so why not give us today's best weather. Started off a little gray, though, this morning. Some fog and some gray conditions over the Inner Harbor. Here's a look at some of the images we started our Friday off with. Looks like a pretty picture there, just a little gloomy. This was also from earlier this morning, that steamy sunrise over Rock Creek Park in Washington, D.C. That is what's going to heat us up today. But then tomorrow, more colors on the map for our storm outlook. We're actually included in a marginal and a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow as our next weather maker moves in. That's a 1 and a 2 on the threat level scale, so any storm that develops tomorrow will be capable of severe weather. And here's a look at where that weather maker is coming from. It's pushing in from the west. It's this cold front. While we wait on it today, we're hanging out in the warm sector. Nice and warm and dry. It's tomorrow that things will go downhill. Let's track it hour by hour. We're warming up today, 80s on the way, mid and upper 80s to near 90 in some spots this afternoon. A couple of sprinkles this evening, not enough to get in the way of your outdoor plans. We're dry through Saturday morning. It's tomorrow afternoon that we've got to worry about these storms. They rush in from west to east. We get some pretty feisty storms at this point, and that's when we throw in the concern for some damaging winds, some hail, even a brief tornado. The rain will stick with us through Saturday evening, actually lingering through Saturday night, wrapping up late, and then we are looking at drier conditions for your Sunday morning. It's just going to be a little cooler. We're back in the upper 40s to near 50 to start off your Sunday. Now, we actually need the rain. We're in drought conditions here, moderate drought conditions, so this is helpful. We're going to pick up close to an inch in most locations by early Sunday morning. But the things we don't want, the severe weather. This is the threat scale for tomorrow afternoon. Large hail, gusty winds, isolated tornadoes, all possible with any storms that develop. So take advantage of the sunshine we have today. Mid-80s, mid and upper 80s this afternoon. Perfect for a little bit of ice cream. Heading out to Camden Yards, nice and comfortable at first pitch, actually staying comfortable through game's end with temperatures falling through the 70s. Cooler temperatures on the way next week. Monday through Friday, we're back in the 60s, feeling more like spring and more like April. You can also see that cool down coming up in our 10-day forecast. Remember, weather alert for the storms tomorrow and then cooler and drier for much of next week. Looks like temperatures are trending cooler all the way through your 10-day forecast.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by MSC Cruises.
MSC Cruises is the fastest growing cruise line in the world thanks in part to its glamorous ships. Live from New York on one of those ships, the MSC Meraviglia, is travel expert Laura Begley-Bloom, who joins us now with exciting info about MSC's offerings this year. And so coming up, we're going to tell you all about that, but we'll be right back after this. More employers are giving their workers more personal days off when life is too stressful. A Wall Street Journal report says the developments are ways to address the workplace mental health and also help keep the best employees. One Fortune 500 consultant says more employees are looking for companies that serve mental health needs. We wanted you to tell it. Do you look for a company that offers mental health days when looking for a job? Right now, most of you are saying, well, yeah, sometimes. Well, MSC Cruises is the fastest growing cruise line in the world thanks in parts to its glamorous ships. Live from New York on one such ship, the MSC Meraviglia, is travel expert Laura Begley-Bloom, who joins us now with exciting info on MSC's offerings this year. Laura, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
It looks like a beautiful place to be. What's so significant about MSC offering trips directly from NYC for the first time?
Yeah, well, MSC Cruises, as you mentioned, is the world's fastest growing cruise line. And it's super exciting because they're going to be sailing out of New York City year round, specifically from the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, where I am right now. And I have to say, I'm super excited about it because I live in Brooklyn. So this means that I can hop on a cruise ship any time of the year.
I love it. Tell us more about the features.
Well, the MSC Meraviglia, the ship that I'm on, is amazing. I've actually sailed it before, so I can attest. It has 12 dining venues with cuisine from all over the world, plus bars and lounges. At the heart of the ship is something called the Meraviglia Galleria, and it is lined with shops and restaurants and has parties every night. There's so much to do on the ship. There is a full-size bowling alley. There's an aqua park, and there is one of the world's largest spas at sea.
You know, I mean, we're jealous. It looks amazing. So, you know, we think about, warm weather when we think of cruises. So talk about how it is to leave from a cold port like NYC.
Yeah, well, actually, the cruise lines are building these bigger ships now that are better than ever before. And the MSC Meraviglia is a ship for all seasons. So what that means is that it doesn't matter what the weather is outside because there are indoor activities and outdoor activities, like a pool with a retractable roof. So it doesn't matter what the weather is. You're also going to go to some really interesting destinations. There's so many different itineraries. For instance, you can go to beach destinations like Florida, Bermuda, and the Bahamas. You can go to MSC's private island in the Bahamas called the Marine Ocean Reserve, the MSC Key. And it is amazing because they're protecting the corals and the marine life. And then you can also sail out of New York City on longer 10-day cruises to Canada and New England.
Laura, you know, put me on the hookup list. We're running out of time, but tell us, where can we get more information?
Right. If you want to sail with MSC Cruises, you can go to msccruises.com.
Awesome. Have a great day. Enjoy that cruise, okay?
Thank you.
Man, that looks so exciting. We got a great show lined up for Monday. Each year we celebrate National Arbor Day, often referred to as the Tree Planters Holiday. Joining us Monday, we'll talk all about that coming up right here on your favorite show in the afternoon, Be More Lifestyle.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow us. We have time over the weekends to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. And we'll see you on Monday. Take care.